Hi Capricorns, welcome. I'll introduce myself a little bit, like briefly, because this is a new channel and you might not know who I am or haven't seen my Instagram account. And my name is Elena and I love doing tarot readings, and I decided to start a YouTube channel where I will be doing monthly readings for each zodiac sign. So you're the first one on the list, and I'm really excited to do this reading for you. So this is going to be a January reading, and what I'll do, I'll have 3 rows. First row is going to be the past, the middle is going to be the present, and the one closest to me is going to be the future. And we'll just see, depending on the cards that fall and get drawn, we'll see what messages you have. So I already pre-shuffled the cards, and I'm going to give them one last shuffle, and then let's see. So let's start with the cards, shall we? And let me just switch the camera so you can see exactly what I'm seeing. Okay, so here we go. So that's the first card. Second, third. So that's the past. That's for present. Here we go. And for future. Let's see what's going to happen for you in the month of January. Wow. You have some really good cards, Capricorn. So let's see. Let's start with the first row, the past. So we have the 7 of Cups in reversed. We have the 5 of Wands in reverse. And we have the Page of Wands. With the I'll start with the 5 of Wands. Fives is usually, it's about change. So, and with this particular card, it's about standing your ground and all, like battling somebody and then fighting for what's right, for what's yours. But that moment is over, and I think that moment is done, because going back to the 7 of Cups, it's the 7 of Cups, when it's in upright position, it's a card about choices, too many options. Sometimes it's like too many options that you don't know what to do with. So, but when it's in reversed, it's you made a choice. You decided what cup you want to take. You decided what is good for you, and from all those options you had, what is the one that is best for you. So because you decided, then you don't have to battle anymore. Like, it can be an internal battle and it can be a battle with other people. But because you made this choice, it made it easier for you not to have that inner strife, inner dialogue with yourself, going back and forth. Is it something that I want? Is it something that I don't want? So I think this is a good thing. And then because this inner turmoil is over, you have the Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands, it's a messenger, and it's usually about Wands, it's about something that you're passionate about. So I feel like with the battle being over, you got to a point where, like, either you were ready to relay a message to somebody, or somebody was came to you and with a specific message. So I think overall we're going into the month really with a positive note. Now in the present, we have the 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups, it's about partnerships, it's about love, it's about communication, but mostly it's about emotions shared between people. Now with the 2 of Cups, and I feel like with the Hanged Man, there might be some unfinished things or unspoken things, or something to do with a partnership that maybe is at a stalemate, or it can also has to do with you needing a perspective on a different, like on a relationship, being it a love relationship, being a partnership, a business partnership, be it like a relationship with your parents. But overall, it's something that you need to look at and take a step back and figure out what is the right approach. Now with the next card, 7 of Pentacles in reverse, it's 8 of Pentacles in reversed. When it's in upright position, the Eight of Pentacles, it's about mastering something. When it's in reversed, you already made everything you needed to, although you took all the steps you needed to take. You took the courses, you took the certification, whatever you needed to get done, you did it. But I think it's because of the Hangman, where you took that step back and realized, oh yes, I do something, even if something is working well, but something else is missing. So needing that perspective was the thing that helped you to master something. Or the other message that is coming through is that maybe you still need to master something. Maybe this perspective has to do with you gaining more information, or getting advice, or even signing up for a course of some sorts that you're really interested in. So I think overall it's a really good energy going into the next, going into January. Now with the next row, we have the World, and we have in reversed, we have the Two of Cups, and we have the Strength. With all of these reverse cards, like with the World and the Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles, I'm sorry, I feel like there's something that's not over. There's a cycle they haven't completed, and that's speaking to the Seven of Pentacles. You haven't mastered something. You haven't done what needed to get done. Even though I did say before that some of you might have finished already, or might have mastered, but some of you are still in the process of getting something done, or getting the degree, or getting the certification, or just something to do with completing a cycle. Because the World card in reverse, it's a card that speaks of unfinished business, unfinished cycles, and kind of something to do with also with the Hangman, and with the Two of Cups too. It's needing that perspective of like stepping back and looking, did I say everything I could? Did I do everything I could to make this the best that I can? So kind of taking a step back and like really revisiting the things that you left unfinished and going ahead and finishing them. And I feel like the reason that was happening is because there was too much to juggle. You had too many projects, too many irons in the fire, so to speak. So you kind of spread yourself thin. And I think it's time for you to prioritize and see exactly what needs to get done first, what needs to get done second, and so forth. Now, after the Two of Pentacles, we have the Strength. And the Strength is the beautiful card. Well, I really love this card. It speaks of not only your inner strength, but the support that you get. And also like taming the beast. It's taming your fears, dealing with the inner demons, so to speak. So I feel like after completing a cycle, you're going to become so much stronger, and you're going to realize what resources you have that you didn't have before. And also not only, but you're going to realize a lot about yourself too. Now I'm going to pull some clarifiers and see what other messages come through for these cards specifically. And for that, I'm going to use the After Tarot deck, which is really, really nice. It has a kind of additional images. So let's see. The star wanted to come out for the Seven of Pentacles in reversed, Seven of Cups in reversed. Let's clarify the Eight of Wands in reversed. Why do we have the Eight of Wands in reversed? We have the Ace of Cups. Okay. Why do we have the Page of Wands? What's with the Page of Wands? We have the Emperor in reversed. Now let's see, let me pull for the other ones. The Two of Cups, we have, oh wow, we have the Seven of Cups upright. For the Hangman, we have the Five of Swords. For the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Swords. Three of Cups. Okay. Okay, Capricorn, so let's see what we got, shall we? Let's see. I don't know if you can see all of them, but we'll start with the first pair. So we got for the Seven of Cups in reversed, we got the Star. And the Star, it's usually about wish fulfillment and also somebody watching your back. It's almost like angels watching over you. And with the Seven of Cups and as the Star is the clarifier, you came to realization what you really want. And then the Star speaks of that because the Star is like wishing, you know the saying, wishing upon a star? It's almost like that. So like you had so many wishes, you didn't know what to pick. And then through divine intervention, or you might have had a dream or something that spoke to you, that you made the right choice. And that was guided by the divine and by something greater than us that made you do the right choice and made you pick the right choice. Now with the Five of Wands in reverse, the clarifier is the Ace of Cups. You decided to pick peace and love versus battling other people. I feel like it's almost like you not stopped fighting, but I feel like it's a battle. This was a battle of egos that had to do with a relationship. So whether it resonates, I hope it resonates, but I feel like the Five of Wands was like you were struggling with making a choice about a relationship that was really important to you, and you wanted to be, it was a battle of the egos where who's right, who's going to be, has the last word, but you decided to take a step back and like, no, I pick us versus I pick the ego. And that's beautiful. I love that. Now, I love this too. This is almost like an enforcer of the message before, where it's with the Emperor in reversed. It's somebody, the Emperor in upright, it's somebody that's very structured, very rigid. It's a very stubborn person that you have to deal with. Be it a boss, be it a lover, be it a friend, be it a sibling, family, whoever in your life, or it could be also your own energy, where you get stubborn sometimes. But when it's in reverse, it's kind of letting go of that guard, letting go of the structure in a way, and like letting things flow as they should. And that's why you get the page, or you got the Page of Wands, where once you start letting things happen without you always controlling them, things happen naturally, and then things happen much quicker. And also you get the messages that you wanted to hear. The next pair we have, and this is interesting, we have the Seven of Cups in upright clarifies the Two of Cups, which is a very interesting pair because the Seven of Cups, like I said before, and it's interesting because you got it again, but it's in the upright. I think now you're going to have choices. Now you're going to have choices in relationships. What are you going to do? In the past, you decided to pick love over ego, and you let things flow. Seeing with the Emperor in reverse, you let things flow, you let things come to you versus controlling them, the way they come, how they come. So because you're allowing that to happen, you're going to have options, Capricorn, this month. A lot of options. But be careful, because not all of the options are good, as you can see in this card. Look at the some of the images on that card. Isn't that telling? So really be careful about your choices and the people that you meet this month. And I feel like that's why it's going to be so important to take a step back and then really assess what relationship is good, what partner is good for you. Because, you know, sometimes, especially for you that do online dating, you know, it's some people might be who they are or who they say they are. So be careful and take that step back, and then also kind of like almost, in a way, I want to say let your guard down, but at the same time be fair. Don't be sneaky. Don't be don't be a player. You know, just be fair. Treat people the way you wanted to be treated, and then you're gonna get that in return. Because if you're going to treat people with behind their back, doing things behind their back, or not being honest with them, that's just not right. It's not going to be in your benefit, you know. So take a step back and like really reassess or assess the relationships or the options you have, right? It could also has to do with work. Maybe if you're looking for a career this month or a new job, you might have options. You will have options. And make sure to ask the questions. Make sure to do your due diligence and then look in the background of the company. In the interviews, ask questions. Make sure that you're what you wanted out of the work or the job environment, think about that and then ask at the interview, is this the place that you want to be? What are the responsibilities? Sometimes we might get so excited for a job that, you know, we just forget to ask some really important questions like, who's my team? How are they like? You know, is it like extra hours that we have to work on the weekend? Do we have any holidays? And, you know, things like this that sometimes it's just escapes us because we're so excited to get the job. But be careful and, you know, ask questions and assess. Now we have the Queen of Swords that clarifies the Seven of Pentacles in reversed. Queen of Swords, it's a woman that knows what she wants, and she can be sometimes very blunt and straightforward. With it being in reverse the way it is, clarifying the the Eight of Pentacles, it tells me that you haven't mastered this. This is definitely not mastering something, not really seeing through your options, not really doing the job to assess. So getting clarity. You haven't gotten the clarity, you haven't walked through the steps that you need to do to get from point A to point B. So be careful and really, really, really sit down and really do that. Because, I mean, and with January being the first month of the new year, it's really good to set intentions, you know, especially this particularly, I feel like it was such an intense year, 2018, and going into 2019, there's a lot of things that will be happening in 19. So I think this is really good to sit down and journal and write down your goals and intentions and really see what you want to achieve for this year. Because, you know, sometimes it's nice, even if they don't really happen, but sometimes it's really nice to have an intention. And for me, intentions are different than goals. In a way, intentions, you put it out there. It's a wish that you want, but you put it out there and then you let it come. But you also have to do the work. You can't nothing happens out of nothing, right? So do the work and get clear of what you want. Set those intentions. It's really, really going to be beneficial for you this month. Now, going into the future row, we have the World and with the Three of Cups in reversed. Now, I feel like for some of you Capricorns, they might be a third party that is not over. For some of you, this might have to do with maybe the cycle is not complete with somebody. There's a person that is, it's almost like either the third wheel or something that is not spoken, but they're still there. So I feel like the World has to do with completing a cycle with either letting go of a third party, or if you're the third party, getting out of that cycle and getting out of that situation. Because it's, as you can see, the World is, you're not going to be able to move forward until you get out of that situation. So be mindful of that. And also, like, if you're dating, like we saw here, right? Too many options, and then some of the options might not be who they are, right? So really, really, really talk and assess and ask questions. Now, the next one we have the Two of Pentacles in reversed, clarified by the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is to me, it's the card of marriage. It's the card about family, relationships, partnerships, celebrations. Now, with it being in reverse the way it is, it speaks to me about you might have been partying too much and not really taking care of the foundation, not really taking care of building that structure that needed, and maybe you just things got out of hand and things got a little bit, you know, you stretched yourself too thin, being there, going there, being with this person, you know, going to this party. So be mindful of that and kind of like make sure that you spend some time home and doing things around the house, because I think it's really important to build that foundation, build that home environment, having that stable before you do anything else. And don't spread yourself too thin, because once you do, you just won't be able to finish and complete anything that is worth it for you, because you're going to be doing everything just halfway versus completing it, right? And then with the last to close the month, we have the Strength and clarified by the High Priestess and reversed. I feel with this, usually the High Priestess, it's a person that is very intuitive and somebody that has kind of like an order of mysticism around them. When it's in, and sometimes it also has to do with secrets. Now, when it's in reversed, I love this because with the Strength, a lot of things will come out. A lot of things this month you will realize, and a lot of secrets will start coming out. A lot of things you'll start seeing clearly, like with the Queen of Swords just doing the work to get clear. And once you do, a lot of things will start being clear and you'll see things for what they are versus this, you know, like these cups filled with gold that you think might be filled with gold, but some of them have snakes in them, you know. So it's a beautiful way to close the month, I feel, you know, and it's something that also might have to do, for some of you, might have to do with a person named, that their name starts with B or J or, yeah, I think with those two letters. So watch out for that too, you know. Now, I also want to pull a oracle card from the Romance Angel Tarot Oracle deck. Sorry, I can't find my words today. And we'll see, this is kind of an overall theme for you, an overall message for the month for you. So let's see what you're gonna get. I'm really excited to see. Okay. Beautiful. We have Express Your Love. And I feel like my eyes automatically went to the Ace of Cups. It's when you let go, and then when you let things happen naturally the way they do, but also not putting the work, not expecting them to just happen, and coming from a place of honesty, from a place of, you know, you're no longer trying to gain anything, so you're just doing because you really sincerely truly want this. That's what the express love is. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Be honest and be sincere and be open. Because when you come from a place of openness and honesty, the energy that will surround that is going to be so much more open and vast and abundant than coming from a place where you are just so controlling, so constrained, that is just, you don't let that energy flow and you don't let that energy expand. So express your love, be open, be romantic, you know, buy flowers. If you're in a partnership, if you're married, go ahead and just, you know, go one day, just go. If you won't feel like buying flowers, go buy flowers. And if you're not in a partnership, buy yourself flowers, you know, because that's still an expression of love, an expression of love to yourself. And then if we don't love ourselves first, how will we expect other people to love us? So, you know, express yourself your love, and do it in a genuine, sincere way. So I think this is it for you Capricorns this month. I'm really excited for this reading. I'm really excited to hear what's going to happen for you and if it resonated for you. And if you like the reading, please hit the like button. And if you want to hear and see the next month reading, subscribe to my channel. So that's it for now, and we'll see you next month. Bye, Capricorns.